Okay, welcome everybody and thanks for attending tonight's seminar. First of all, my name is Dr. Michael Burr, DC of Trim Solutions. Anybody hasn't met me before. But I specialize in working with people to help them lose weight. And I always get the question is, why do I help people lose weight? Why do I want to do something like that? And what I find a lot of times is that I go back through and look at where I started with helping people lose weight. That was years ago in my practice where I found we could get people to a certain level of their progress, but if certain people had limitations in how much help we could get for them, we found many times it's because of their overweight. So I started referring patients out, to different programs you guys have all heard of, and we looked at send them here and send them there. And some patients came back and they made progress. Some patients came back, didn't really seem to make much progress. What we found was that most people weren't really making the progress I wanted. Also, too, they weren't making lasting progress with their weight loss. And I believe, honestly, that most everybody's weight loss program out there deals with treating the problem, or really treating, I guess, the symptom of the problem instead of treating the cause of the problem. So what I specialize in is looking at ways to address the underlying cause of the problem, and therefore we can get lasting results. And really that's the only true answer. So I started researching it myself, and I hired people to teach me about weight loss. I read every book there was and looked at every program there was, and really kind of fine-tuned that. Then over the years of treating all these patients, I keep fine-tuning to get the best results to help people lose weight quick as possible, healthy as possible, as easy as possible, to get their body back, get them smiling again, get them looking in the mirror and feeling good about themselves, and also preventing future diseases down the road. So what I find is that I had to do it myself. Anyways, I love it. I love helping people lose weight, get healthier. In fact, I found that the healthier they are, the easier it is to lose the weight, and it helps them with so many other different types of health problems. So that's why I'm here. I'm really passionate about it. I see the need, and I see the need to tell the truth about weight loss instead of treating the symptom, because most people are running around looking to treat the symptom, and they recommend people do this program or do that program, and never really addresses the underlying cause. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is, if you could, to spend maybe 1 minute and write down as many as you can, preferably 10 reasons why you want to lose weight. Like, why are you here? Why do you want to lose the weight? Okay? This is one of the hardest exercises, but we'll kind of be quiet for about 1 minute. You guys come up with, see how many you can come up with over a time of why do you want to lose weight? Why did you come to this presentation? What's funny about this is that I see people already, they're getting stumped. They write down a couple things and they get stumped why they want to lose weight. And what's funny is they're thinking about their weight probably 7 days a week, not about 24 hours a day, but 7 days a week, and they can't even come up with maybe 2 or 3 reasons why they want to lose weight. Now some people, it looks like you got maybe 5 or 6 over there. I find it hard for people to come up with 10. The reason I come up with 10, because what I really promote in our program when we work together with patients, is looking at those bottom 5, the last 5 whys that you want to lose weight. Because everybody writes down first, I want to be healthier, and I want to fit my bathing suit better, or whatever, something of that sort. But what I find is the why is not big enough. When your why is bigger, the easier it is to be successful at losing the weight. So when people say, I want to be healthier, it's not specific enough. I want to know what medications you want to get off, or what lifestyle that appoints you when you're healthier. You want to be able to hike the Grand Canyon on your 70th birthday. You want to be able to take this trip to Bali. I don't know what it is. If you want to run a marathon, I don't care if you're 70 years old, if you're 7 years old, or 17 years old. Tell me, why do you want to be able to be healthier, be more fit, and keep those pounds off? So during tonight's presentation, you guys just keep writing out some reasons why do you want to lose the weight. And if you did nothing else, just left tonight, went home and exercised, and figured out the best 3 reasons that you really are motivated to lose weight, that will help you become more successful. Because again, the bigger the why, the easier it is to do the things that get you to that why. And it's got to be something bigger than being healthier. On your weakest day, your weakest week, on your weakest moment, being healthier, is that going to override eating something lousy? Probably not. Now, I guarantee everybody in this room have said, I'm going to lose weight, get healthier this year, this month, or this week, and they fail quickly because being healthier is not strong enough. So keep working on that. Tonight's title of the presentation, one of the titles is 7 Deadly Mistakes that People Make When It Comes to Weight Loss. And what I find with this is that people think about deadly and weight, like they say, Dr. Burr, what are you talking about with that? Well, 95% of all Americans die from 3 diseases, and that's diabetic, heart, and cancer-related diseases. 95% of all Americans. And every one of those people have a commonality, usually, certainly every one of those diseases have a commonality of being overweight and having inflammation in the body. So we know by lowering your BMI, getting to a healthier target weight, getting inflammation down the body, that you'll lower your chances of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes, or certainly at least postponing that. So 7 deadly mistakes that people make. First one is they've been told and they believe that exercising more and eating less is the true solution. Exercising more and eating less. That's what we've all believed. You've all been programmed to believe that's really the only answer there is to losing weight. Well, I feel that most people in our country certainly are overfed and malnourished. So if you're going to try and lose weight by eating less, that just means you're probably going to be underfed and malnourished. So people aren't even talking about the quality of foods, they're just talking about calories and quantities and different things. Talk to me about quality of foods, the nutritional value of the foods. So eating less really has nothing to do with it. You can't eat too many Brussels sprouts, right? You can't eat too many Brussels sprouts. It's going to cause you to be fat. It's not going to happen. Other thing is exercising more. If exercise was the only answer, there wouldn't be any fat football players. We all know there's football players that exercise 8 hours a day and they're still fat. Well, how can that be? Because they're exercising like crazy, burning calories like crazy. In fact, we know some people don't exercise at all. They eat junky food and they're not heavy at all. So how can they sit on the couch and eat chips and watch TV and be thin if that was the only answer? And it's not. So people come to my presentation, people come to our office for our services, usually have some type of more of a difficult situation. If it was that easy, they probably wouldn't be coming in to see me. Another thing, number 2, on the 7 deadly mistakes, is they think it'll be different. Tomorrow it'll be different. Next week it'll be different. After my vacation it'll be different. When I change jobs it'll be different. When I get married, when I get divorced, when my kids grow up, when I have kids, it'll be different. My question is, look back 6 years ago, look back 6 months ago, look 6 days ago. How different is it right now? You still got the same battles, don't you? Because most people in this room probably been having these battles in maybe through their whole life, maybe for years, maybe for decades. So things didn't really get that different. So keep that in mind when you can start thinking that it's going to be different tomorrow or next week or somewhere down the road. So keep that in mind. So they think it's going to be different, and reality is until you become different and do things different, nothing's going to be different. They say it's just me. Number 3, it's genetics. I'm weak. I just kind of accept where I am. And that's sad when people kind of start accepting that this is the way they're supposed to be. And that's not true. When you look at genetics and how we're supposed to be, I'm always big on reaching your genetic potential. Your genetic potential. So what that means is you might have genes predisposed to certain types of things, but it doesn't mean that genes have to be expressed that way. Right? Does that make sense? So if you are designed to possibly have this more likely than somebody else, maybe even being overweight, does it mean you have to be overweight? No. Does it mean if you're predisposed to having breast cancer, does that mean you'll have breast cancer for sure? No. That just means you better be extra safe, extra careful, and taking care of doing everything you can to prevent breast cancer. You better do everything you can not to be overweight, to whatever it is you're predisposed to. So I'm all about genetic potential. What's your genetic potential? So you might be predisposed to things. Some of this family stuff gets passed on. Well, there's family habits. Your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your friends, your neighbors, they all taught you certain habits and patterns of what to eat, when to eat, these different silly things that we do. Another one is constantly searching. I tell people when they come and see me, just stop the nonsense. Stop searching. There's no magic pill. There's no magic potion. I mean, do you believe there's a magic pill or potion out there? No, there's not, is there? There's not a magic pill or potion. They're not going to invent one. So stop the nonsense. Stop looking. The answer is really real-world solutions. I just claim this real-world solutions for real-world problems. Everybody here's got different types of challenges, different types of problems. So your solution may be different than mine. Your solution may be different than mine. Yours may be different than hers. But my goal is to figure out what's the solution for you to handle your challenges. And that's why we get so many people better, because we can really cater this to each individual person. Make sense? All right, another thing is focusing on the pounds. People are constantly focusing on the weight, focusing on the pounds, instead of focusing on health. I know the healthier your body is, the easier it is to lose the weight, right? So when you have a healthy functioning body, healthy functioning metabolism, it's tough to gain weight. I got 3 teenage boys, they could eat, I think, 30,000 calories a day and not gain an ounce, right, because their body's healthy. And I know other kids that can drive by McDonald's, they seem to gain 5 pounds. So how does that work? So it's what your body does with what you feed it. You can live on junk food, you can live on the couch and not gain weight when your body's functioning properly. When you get a broken metabolism, something's not right, every little thing you do wrong adds fat to your body. Number 6, giving up, being self-defeated before you really know the truth about weight loss. This is kind of a fun one because, remember, everybody believes that weight loss solution is eating less and exercising more. Everybody believes that. That's got to be it from that part. And they beat up on themselves because they keep failing at it. But the truth is that no one's really taught you anything about weight loss. They've never told you about anything about hormones, triggers for those hormones, how the body works, the digestive system, the endocrine glands, all these different things that you don't have to be a doctor, but at the same time you need to understand these different things. And there's reasons why people gain weight in different places, why some people gain weight really easy and other people don't. I always tell people, it's kind of like, just imagine you've never been to planet Earth, and all of a sudden you came to planet Earth and you landed at your house, and the person that landed there, say it was you, said, I need to go get some clothes apparently, because that's what everybody wears around here. And they threw you the keys to the car and said, well, these keys are that car out there, that red car. Go out there and take my car and go buy some clothes. So you go, okay. Well, you go out there and you sit down in the car and you heard somebody, or you drove over in the car and you said you saw them put their foot on the gas pedal. So you put your foot in the gas pedal, well, the car doesn't go anywhere, and you go, oh, that's right, I got to put keys in there. So you put the key in there, and he's put the key in there, and you don't realize you got to turn it. They finally figure out you got to turn it. Then you put the gas down again, and the car doesn't go anywhere. Right? You're like, well, wait a minute, what's going on? So you turn it back off, you push the button on it again, you start doing these different things. You start moving levers, and the car never moves. And it's kind of silly. It's hard to even imagine not knowing how to drive a car, how a car operates. But just imagine if no one ever told you anything about a car, but they threw you the keys. That's kind of what happens with weight loss. Is imagine no one's ever told you any details about weight loss, but they throw you the keys and say, exercise more, eat less, count calories, eat these packaged foods, or do whatever crazy things, rub this magic potion on you from that part of it. Or they just tell you to go out and lose the weight. It's just simple. Come on, your doctor tells you all the time. The doctor tells you, you need to lose some weight. Well, how do I do that, doc? Well, just eat healthier, exercise some more. It's frustrating because it's kind of like throwing in those keys to the car and not knowing anything how to control those hormones and what have you. The last one is the word tomorrow. 7 deadly mistakes is always using that word tomorrow. How many times have you guys said, I'm going to start eating healthier tomorrow. I'm going to start exercising more tomorrow. And we finally start realizing that we're burning through these tomorrows like crazy. And at some point, we're going to run out of tomorrows. It's going to be too late. So I'm really big in understanding with people is if you're going to say it tomorrow, that means start it right now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start it right now. I don't care if it's 3:30 in the afternoon, you're sitting there having a big lunch, and you look at it and say, hey, Susie, I'm going to start exercising tomorrow and eating healthy. And Susie should say back to you, say, look, let's do it right now. Live in that now. Okay? So exercise more, eat less, doesn't work. thinking things will be different. Well, things aren't any different unless you become different and do things differently. Saying, is this me and my genetics, or I'm weak? Accepting where you are, it's not the answer. Constantly searching. Stop the nonsense. There's no magic potion or pill out there. Just do what's right. Figure out the right way to do it. Focusing on the pounds instead of focusing on becoming healthier. Because remember, most people think that you get healthier by losing weight. Because everybody in here said, I'm going to get healthier this year and lose some weight. Well, if I chopped off my leg, I always joke, would I be any healthier? I'd weigh less, but would I be any healthier? No. That's kind of, everybody laughs, I know. But when we chop off our leg to get healthier, that would be crazy. But people take drugs, they do surgery to lose weight, to force the weight off, and they don't really get any healthier, do they? They may be thinner and still unhealthy. So I'm really big on getting a person healthy to make it easier to lose the weight. Giving up, self-defeated. Don't give up. People just haven't told you the truth about it yet. Tomorrow, don't wait till tomorrow. Think about this right now. Start doing something today. Work on that why that we talked about. Work on your why. Let me ask you, what's the word metabolism? I like to ask the question is, what is metabolism? Because somebody said, well, weight loss is about metabolism. I threw that out there. So what is your metabolism? And most people get stumped. They go, well, it's how many calories you can burn. Well, that's right. It has to deal with kind of burning calories. But how come some people can just burn calories like crazy and they can eat whatever they want and some people can't? Well, how come their metabolisms are different? How come you were thin maybe until you're 25 years old and all of a sudden all your weight came on? Or maybe you had a baby and all your weight came on? Or maybe you got divorced and all of a sudden all your weight came on? Or maybe you were heavy since day one. Okay? So why is your metabolism different? And what controls that metabolism? So it's a good question. I want you to keep thinking about that. But the real answer is, I want you guys to understand, is that metabolism really equals hormones. And really everything in your body equals hormones. Your hormones control everything of your body. When you're happy, when you're sad, when whatever's going on, it's all has hormone relationship to it. It's certainly our metabolism. So again, how can some people can sit on the couch, eat potato chips all day, and not gain a pound? And some people can eat 30,000 calories a day and not gain an ounce. It's because of their metabolism and really ultimately the hormones. So getting your hormones working for you is kind of the second phase of this presentation. One is the 7 deadly mistakes, right? And 2 is getting your hormones working for you. How do we do that? Okay. So we teach you triggers for about 9 different hormones that really control your metabolism. What's cool about this is you can have dials that you can control really those hormones to some degree based on different triggers that we teach you. They're kind of little tricks that we teach you to work with your metabolism, not against your metabolism. Right? So working with your metabolism, help your body heal it so then it's easier to lose that weight and also keep the weight off. So how do we figure that out? By good doctoring. Anytime you go to any good doctor, the first thing they do is really do a good history. They want to listen. Right? They want to have the big ear and listen. When did your weight start? What have you tried? What's worked? What's failed? What do you think the problem is? And listen to the patient, because the patient knows a lot. They know about their whole life. They can tell me what's going on, what's been going on when it comes to their weight. We do look at their genetics and the stress and their sleep. We have them fill out different surveys, and the surveys tell us about their energy levels. They tell us body shapes. We look at their body shapes. Part of the examination, which is the next step after doing a history, is look at the examination where we take your blood pressure laying down, we take your blood pressure standing up. We use the bioimpedance machine. The bioimpedance machine helps us, gives us a resting metabolic rate, gives us body fat percentage, hydration levels, all kinds of good information to help us kind of monitor the patient's progress. But ultimately, really, we're looking for flags that pop up. If a flag pops up and says, hey, I can help Susie here, and flag pops up and says, I can help Bob here, now we got something to help the patient with. If we have some flags that pop up, so the history, the exam, this is looking at the person. Some people carry their weight from their hips down. You ever see people really thin up top and really wide hips and going down? We call that the pear-shaped person. We also have a marshmallow-shaped person too. The marshmallow is kind of marshmallow with toothpicks sticking out of them. They get their arms and legs are skinny little toothpicks, and we get this big fat body part. We call that the marshmallow of toothpicks. And we also have the the person we call the pendulum, that kind of, everything's kind of hanging, the fat's kind of sagging, the skin's kind of sagging, and you got this apron type fat hanging over from that part. We call them a pendulum type person. Then the stuffed teddy bear, that stuffed teddy bear image is the person that's got kind of, they're overweight everywhere. Their face is heavy, their ankles are heavy, their arms are heavy, their fingers are swollen, their whole bodies is heavy from that part of it. We look at those 4 different body shapes, and that helps tell us what's wrong with the body. Does that make sense? I mean, we can look around, we can see everybody's got different shapes to them, but all those shapes are controlled and really developed by hormones. So what's good about that, then we know which hormones are weak or which hormones are dominant, and those are some of the flags that we see. Go, oh, now we know how to help Bob or Susie get better, get healthier. You guys with me so far? Okay, good. All right. I know I'm rambling. We're kind of getting this through kind of fast, and I'm trying to get a shorter presentation so we can get this online. I appreciate you guys participating with me. All right, so the good doctoring, the good history, the good evaluation, looking at cravings. Cravings can tell us a lot. If you crave salt, if you crave fat, if you crave sugar, if you crave carbs, that can indicate what's going on in your body, because you shouldn't have cravings. So one of the funnest things that we help people with is we used to try and treat the craving, which is tough. All right, but now what we do is when we get these things resolved, the cravings go away, usually within 2 days to 2 weeks. For most people, the cravings go away. I don't care if you're a sugarholic or a chocoholic, they go away. Doesn't mean you'll never want it again, but it means those cravings, they can be helped, and they can also indicate what's going on. So we do the history, we do the exam, and we sit back down, do a follow-up with a person. We say, look, here's what we found, here's the flags that popped up for you, here's the solutions that we offer to it, and here's what I recommend in your case. And we come up with that personal recommendation of the best way to attack that excess weight that you got. Ultimately is really, we're trying to treat the underlying cause of the weight. If you're going to treat the symptom, it's a never-ending battle. You can keep chasing the symptom forever, but until you get to the underlying cause of the problem, you're never going to really resolve it. And really, it's a strategy to come up with balancing your hormones. And guys, I know hormones, when I say hormones, everybody thinks of women, right? But men and women all have the same types of hormones. We got different challenges and different imbalances, but I'm telling you, it all comes back to the hormones if you really want to resolve your underlying weight problem. Another great reason that we have really great success, I guess, in helping people is because we teach you how to become the person that automatically does the right things to lose the weight, really to be healthy. Right? So when you become that person, this automatically does the things, then it becomes this natural. You're not on the battlefield anymore. Because a lot of times people are always in this forced diet thing. And that's just not natural for us. We're not going to live in a forced diet situation. We can do that short term, maybe for hours or days or weeks or months, but I've yet to find hardly anybody that's going to count calories or eat prepackaged foods or very limited diets for any length of period of time. It just doesn't happen. So we have to come up with a strategy that you become a person that automatically makes healthy choices. We all know people that it just seems like they always eat healthy and they're always exercising, they always feel good, they're always sleeping good, they're always positive, right? Well, that's because of their training, their upbringing, or something allowed that to occur. The good news is you can become that person too. And that's one of the big things that we really help people on, is becoming that person that automatically does these things. So that way when you look in the mirror, you smile. You feel good about yourself. You stand taller, you stand stronger. You allow yourself to be the person that you really want to be. How do we do that? Through mentoring or coaching. I mean, coaching has been proven time and time again that people do better when they have a coach. If people that join a gym, 90% of people that join a gym 30 days later never even come back. I'm sure people in this room have done that. They've joined a gym 30 days later, never even came back. I had patients that stand up and say, Doc, I joined a gym and never even went back. Never even went for the first time, which is crazy. So mentoring or coaching, and the best athletes in the world have coaches, the president has coaches, everybody has coaches, actors have coaches. So why shouldn't we have coaches? Why should we have to do it alone? So we help people by mentoring them. We have a technique, it's called self-mastery technology, kind of reprogramming the brain. Self-mastery technology reprograms you to automatically behave in certain ways that you want to choose to behave in, right? So we all know a lot of these things that we want to do, but why don't we do them? Why don't we do them consistently? Self-mastery technology is where we get some great results. So basically, we've got to reprogram the computer. Some common questions I get, I mean, again, I kind of hit this, but I mean, no calorie counting, no prepackaged foods, no drugs, no surgery. Well, what do you do, Dr. Burr? Well, two big things is we got to really focus on getting people to be successful by becoming that different person, by doing the things that they know they need to do and the new things that we teach them to do. And secondly is by really fixing that broken metabolism, because most people have difficult weight loss, they got a broken metabolism. Another question comes up, cost. Well, some of that cost comes back to is really how much people want us to help them. How much help do they need? Some people come to us and they want to lose like 2 pounds. Some people want to lose 10 pounds. I got some patients that want to lose 200 pounds or more, okay? And everybody's got different challenges. So how much do we have to work with them? And that kind of depicts the cost. So we have some different programs. We can make it affordable for almost anybody. If you're serious about losing weight, we can make it affordable for you. I promise you that. Ages, I mean, we work with kids, we work with elderly, we work with middle age. I don't care. Now, I've heard all kinds of challenges. People say, well, I live alone, so it's hard to eat healthy. And some people say, God, I got a huge family, and I got a husband that eats horrible, or I got a wife that doesn't support me in this stuff. I mean, so everybody's got different challenges, right? But we have families that come to us, which is a lot of fun. We see the whole family change, the whole family evolve, the whole family getting healthier, losing weight. But a lot of people come in, they get their challenges because they live alone or because they live with a stubborn spouse that's not making it easy for them. But we can handle your challenges, but we do help people all ages. I don't care if you got issues with thyroid or digestive. I don't care if you've had your thyroid removed. I mean, there's not a challenge you can't throw at me. I haven't heard many times. We take care of pilots that travel the world, and sometimes they're doing phone calls with me from the airport to do some consultations and programs to help them continue their self-mastery, being successful at this. So we can handle any challenge you can throw at us. Again, it comes back to is if you're serious about losing weight. If you're looking for some magic pill, I don't have it. It's never going to exist. But if you're serious and you want some real-world solutions, we're the people can help you. So in a nutshell, I mean, basically I tell people, stop the nonsense, stop searching for the crazy thing out there, go back to how the body functions, and it really comes back to is you becoming the person that does the things that supports a healthy metabolism. So we teach you those little tricks and little triggers for those specific 9 hormones and help you with the self-mastery technology. You just become a different person. It's doing these triggers non-stop to help burn that fat. Get rid of that inflammation in the body. Save yourself thousands of dollars in disease care and productivity loss and all these different things that occur in life from that part of it. We teach you natural weight loss remedies, tricks of the natural weight loss remedies from that part. You decide how much you want to lose, how fast you want to lose it. Some patients come to me and say, Doc, I got to lose it fast. I got a wedding coming up. I'm trying to go on this trip. I got to lose 42 pounds in 4 days. Well, that ain't going to happen, right? But we can teach them different ways to lose weight at the rate they want to lose. Some people only want to lose a pound or 2 weeks. Some people got to lose weight quickly from that part of it. But you can go around the back there. Yep, thanks. But the idea is to how much do you want to lose, how much do you need to lose, and how fast you got to lose it. I tell people relax, enjoy this journey as we work together. Whether we work together or whether we don't, just relax and enjoy the journey of life. When you look at your weight loss program, whatever program you do, whatever strategy you use, relax, enjoy the journey. If you find yourself stressed and worked up about it, it's not the right one for you. You got to find a basic program that's going to work for you and your lifestyle. And that's what we're really big on. So when I look at this whole thing, I think of lots of patients over the years, and there's always key ones that stand out. People's lives were literally changed when we started working with them. I can think of a patient not too long ago that this patient came to me, gaining some weight, issues going on in their life, blood pressure is inching up, cholesterol is inching up, blood sugar is inching up, all these things, right? So they're looking at going on instantly 3 medications. 1 visit to the doctors, 3 medications. And we hear this all the time where people go in 1 doctor's visit to get blood pressure medication, blood sugar handling medication, cholesterol medication, 3 instantly from that part. And not really ever addressing the underlying cause of that. Okay? So I think of like this person as just a clear example of everybody, really to some degree, is that when this person began the program, and they thought they just wanted to lose weight, they thought they just wanted to fit better in their clothes, but really what it came down to is that they were so happy when their digestive system was functioning better, they were sleeping better, their self-esteem improved, all these other aspects of their life was better, and they lost the weight. And you know what? That particular person was able to not ever start taking those medications, went back to the doctor. Doctor said, you don't need it, you're right, you lost that weight, you got healthy, your body doesn't need those lifetime of medications anymore. Lifetime of medications, those 3 are instantly handed out all the time. So what I look at is I look for people like that person that's serious. They come to me and say, Doc, don't tell me you're doing anything crazy, but just show me a realistic way to get healthy and lose the weight, and that's what we do for them. And I'm telling you, I got patients even cry when they start with me because they're so upset with themselves. And I get patients that cry in joy, because now they got their life back, they got their body back. And that's what I want. If there's one person in this room tonight, we change your life at some point, that makes tonight's presentation worthwhile. So some of you guys will be watching this video online, and the idea is to try and save some money, as well as everybody in this room, you can save some money. But we offer a promotion. Anybody comes to our seminar, that saves you $40 on your first visit when you come into the office. So normally our first visit is $80, and you get the initial workup, the initial history, and the follow-up report of findings. Instead of paying $80, you pay $40. So it saves you $40. So just mention RLP when you sign up. If you ever call up to come in and talk to Sandy or whoever you talk to, just mention RLP, and that stands for a Rapid Leaning Program. Most of our patients start out with a rapid leaning program. That's how we lose some weight fast, get them lean, get them on the way to progress, give them some gratification, then teach them ways to heal their metabolism in order to keep the weight off. Thanks for your great attendance, and I look forward to seeing you guys maybe in the office, actually for some weight loss. And anybody's watching this online, look forward to meeting you too.